श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखामिदांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पदे गोपेशा गोपिका कान्द राधा कान्द नमोऽस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनीति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधारा श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरम्। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So, welcome to our Srimad Bhagavatam, study of Srimad Bhagavatam, the Granth-raj Srimad Bhagavatam, the cream of all Vedic literatures, the essence of all Vedic literatures, the cream of all Vedic literatures. Nigama kalpataror galitam phalam. Very important scripture for all of us. And Srila Prabhupada has kindly given us this Srimad Bhagavatam in our language so that we can understand. Not only that, he has given transcendental translation and also transcendental purpose for all the each and every verses of Srimad Bhagavatam. So we are so fortunate to receive this wonderful gift. So, but we have to use it. We have to show gratitude to our Srila Prabhupada. How we can show gratitude? By reading the scriptures, by reading the book or reading Srimad Bhagavatam, studying scriptures, studying thoroughly. Like Srila Prabhupada says, scrutinizingly. So if we do that, that will be the best reciprocation what we can give to Srila Prabhupada, because he has given us everything. Everything is in our plate. We have a very nice Rajboga plate in front of us. We have Hare Krishna Mahamantra. We have a very wonderful ISKCON society. We have very wonderful devotee association. We have so many Gurujans, senior devotees, Guru Varga. And we have so many wonderful transcendental books, scriptures. What else we need? But we have to just take it. If we don't take it, then we are losing the opportunity once again. Because we have lost so many chances. This is not the first time we are getting the human form. We would have got human form of body and we would have gone back to animal kingdom again, or maybe plants or trees, we don't know. It's not for the first time we are in this material world. We are here since time immemorial, but still we are here. Why? Why we are here? Because still we were not serious in Krishna consciousness. But this opportunity we may not get in our next life. And as the Kali Yuga is progressing, we know that how bad things are happening in our society. Every day we are hearing many different news, right? We cannot even think about it. We cannot even discuss those things. So many bad things are happening. See how children are getting affected. The new generation, everybody is getting affected. So this is not the right place for all of us. So we have to take Krishna consciousness very seriously. All of us know this. All of you would have hearing this from many people, many devotees, and all of we also know that this is not the right place. But still, that fire should be, if the fire of fire or enthusiasm for progressing in spiritual life, we don't have that fire, it is difficult. This fire is very important. So what we can do to get fire in us? How to become a fired up devotee? Fired up devotee means who is very enthusiastic, who has great determination that yes, this life I will do my best. I will do my best to get Krishna. So if we are sincere in our endeavor, what Krishna will do? Krishna will reciprocate. Ye yadamam prabhatyande tam sadeva bhajameham. Right? When we are serious, when we are putting our efforts sincerely, Krishna will reciprocate like that. So we will definitely win the race. No doubt on it. We should not have any doubt. Only thing is that we should put our efforts very sincerely and seriously. Thinking that this is the last chance. This is the last chance. We should always think that that's what Acharya says. We should always remember this, that we may get a chance next time. We should not think like that. We may not get, we should think we may not get or we will not get. This is my last chance. And with that determination, we should go forward. Sripada Indra Prabhu always says, whenever we chant the holy names, each and every mantra we chant, we should think that this is my last mantra. So that much focus, that much concentration, that much seriousness we should give for chanting, he says. He is such an exalted devotee, He was doing 24-hour kirtan in Krishna Balaram temple. Many years he did that. 24 hours, 23, 24, 20 to 23 hours a day. Just think about it, dear devotees, how it is possible. And he has more than 2000 Shaligram Shilas. And that worship takes minimum 4 hours. Minimum 4 hours to bathe them, to do the service to the Shaligram Shilas. How much absorbed he was. And he was chanting many rounds. Japa also. So Japa, Kirtan, Shaligram Seva, Pujas. Just that was his life. He was such a pure devotee. So he says this, that we can see that fire in him. He was such a fired up devotee. So we should take inspiration from such great souls, such great devotees. And we can find great devotees among us also. There will be good devotees, there will be serious devotees, there will be sincere devotees. We may not be seeing, maybe they may not be a prominent, famous personality, but we can understand. We have to analyze. We have to analyze. We have to find out. Among us, there will be some serious devotees. So we should take association of them, get inspiration from them. This is very important. All right. Yes, let's begin. We have okay. Yes, we are now discussing the 16th chapter of Canto number 6. shloka from 18 we have to do today, all right? Yes. 18 to 23. There are only two big purports. One purport is big, other purports are small. So we will try to see purport by purport, all right? नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवति उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः. हरे कृष्णा. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, the context, all of you know the context because all of you are regularly attending the classes and you know what is the context we are discussing, what is the topic, what is the theme. So, Chitraketu Maharaj, he is now, he has met Sripad Narada Muni and he is going to, so this was the 17th verse. So I will just read the translation of 17th verse, which we have already covered yesterday, just to get into the discussion. Okay. Thereafter, being very much translation and purports are given by our founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, Shri Srimad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thereafter, being very much pleased with Chitraketu, who was a self-controlled devotee and a surrendered soul, Narada, the most powerful sage, spoke to him the following transcendental instructions. See, now Sripad Narada Muni is going to give instructions to Chitraketu Maharaj. Chitraketu Maharaj was, we know the story, we are not going to that, what happened to him. He is a great devotee, no doubt about it, but he had a desire to have a son, and that happened, that took him to a different level, and he understood the problem, he admitted, then now he is ready to give up everything, now he has surrendered. He has surrendered to Supreme Lord and he has surrendered to the spiritual master like Narada Muni. Narada Muni is such a great devotee, right? So he is now going to get instructions from him. This is the method of getting instructions from the spiritual master or from a sadhu. So we should it's like Tadvidi Pranipadena Pariprashnena Sevaya, right? We should surrender to that great devotee, and in a service attitude, we should serve that devotee, that great exalted devotee, and then understand, learn from him. This is the method. So we have to be humble. That is the main point. We should be humble, and we should approach such a great devotee, and in a very humble way we have to serve him very nicely we have to selflessly we have to serve that great devotee and then get instructions from him. This is the method. Yeah, so it's the same. Now Sri Chitraketu Maharaj is also following the same. Now Narada Muni is going to instruct him. All right. Yes. Verse number 18 and 19. Om Namastubhyam Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhimahi Pradyumna Niruddhaya Nama Sangarshanaya Cha Namo Vijnana Matraya Paramananda Murtaye Atma Ramaya Shantaya Nivrittadvaita Drishyade. Wonderful verse. Krishnamurti Prabhu can recite. I think I have seen your hands.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu.
Om Namastubhyam Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhimahi Pradyumnaya Aniruddhaya Namak Sankarshanaya Cha Namo Vijnana Matraya Paramananda Murtaye Atma Ramaya Santyaya Nivarta Dvaita Drishtaye. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Wonderful. Yes, Prabhu, you can read the translation also.
Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. Narada gave Chitraketu the following mantra. O Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, who are addressed by the Omkara, Pranava, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. O Lord Vasudeva, I meditate upon you. O Lord Pradyumna, Lord Aniruddha, and Lord Sankarshana, I offer you my respectful obeisances. O reservoir of spiritual potency, O supreme bliss, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you, who are self-sufficient and most peaceful. O ultimate truth, one without a second, you are realized as Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan, and are therefore the reservoir of all knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So now here,
Super,
Sripad Narada
super.
Muni, Narada Muni is giving a mantra. This mantra is given by Narada Muni to Chitraketu Maharaj for him to chant. Very beautiful mantra. Oh Lord, the Supreme Personality of the Godhead, Lord Krishna, who are addressed by Omkara Pranava, right? Pranava is Om, Omkara is actually representing or addressing the Supreme Lord. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Yes, my humble obeisances, my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. This is very important, because we should always have this in our heart. Physically, we have to pay obeisances. We know that we namaskar, we do dandavat pranam. Prabhujis will do dandavat pranam and Matajis will do panchanga pranam. This is very important. In front of deities, we have to do this. In front of Vaishnavas also, we have to do pay obeisances, dandavat to our spiritual master, to the senior devotees. Not only senior devotees, even all the Vaishnavas. This Vaishnava pranama is also very important. So these respectful obeisances, this is very very important, important etiquette which we should all follow. So here you can see this. He says, "I offer my respectful obeisance unto you," in the first verse, and in the second verse also you can see in the end of the translation. Again you can see the same. So if you see in the verse also, Namaha, see Namaha is here also, Namastubhyam. This is all. This is obeisances. Namaha or Namastubhyam, all saying that respectful obeisances. Here also we can see Namo. Yeah, see, that is how we should pray also, because we are so low, we are so insignificant in front of Supreme Lord. We are so insignificant in front of all the exalted Vaishnavas. So we should always have that respect to all the exalted personalities, and we should express that. We should express physically as well as we should express through our heart also. Not only physical obeisances, we should always feel that we are insignificant. Recently, I was hearing one lecture of Srila Radhana Swami Maharaj. He was stressing on this particular point, that the topic was actually what one exalted Brahmana who is learning from a bumblebee. This you would have heard this, in later Bhagavatam section it comes. So from bumblebee we can learn many things. From python we can learn. So like that. So many. There are 24 gurus being described in Srimad Bhagavatam, wherein we can learn many things. So he was pointing out this particular point, that humility. This is very important. So whenever he was specifically telling that whenever we approach our spiritual master, exalted Vaishnavas, we should give our complete respect. We should always think that we are insignificant, not only to the exalted devotees, not only to the superiors, even among others, even among the devotee circle also. We should have that feeling that everybody is better than me. That will make us humble. This was the mood of Srila Sanatan Goswami. This was the mood of Srila Rupa Goswami. This was the mood of all our acharyas. They have never ever thought that they are exalted. But they were exalted actually. But they were thinking that we are the low class because that is a humility. That humility will attract Krishna. That will definitely attract Krishna. The genuine humility will attract Krishna. Hmm? That is very important. Yeah. So, O Lord Vasudeva, I meditate upon you. O Lord Pradyumna, O Lord Aniruddha, Sankarshan, I offer you my respectful obeisances. So, this mantra is actually paying obeisances to all the personalities like Vasudeva, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Sankarshan. These are Chaturvyuha, right? We all know that. You would have heard that Chaturvyuha is talking about Chaturvyuha. I offer you my respectful obeisances, O reservoir of spiritual potency, O supreme bliss. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you, who are self-sufficient and most peaceful. So Krishna is self-sufficient, right? He is Atmaram. You can see here, Atmaram, Atmarama, right? He's self-sufficient. He doesn't need anything actually, and he's most peaceful. He doesn't need means even he doesn't need anything from our side also. So, do you think that we are giving him bhoga? We are giving him right food bhoga, right? Do we think that Krishna actually needs that for his sustenance? No, right? But we are doing it. But if we give, Krishna will accept also, even though he's Atmaram, because he is Bhakta Valsal. Because of that, he accepts whatever his devotee is giving to him with love and devotion. He will definitely accept it. And not only that, he will bless us also. He will give his mercy also by doing that, if we do like that. And that is actually for our purification. So, whatever we are giving to Krishna, we are actually getting purified. Of course, Krishna will be happy, Krishna will be pleased. Yes, our purpose also is to please Krishna, right? So, he will be pleased. But that doesn't mean that he needs it like us. For example, without having food, we cannot sustain, right? How we can maintain our body without any food? Not possible, right? Without water, how we can survive? We cannot survive without water, without food, without electricity. Also now has electricity also has become a very important part, a very important thing in our life. What do you think about? Just think about internet. Internet also has got a lot of impacts in one's life, right? In the current scenario. But what I'm saying that we are dependent on many things. The point what I'm trying to say is that we are dependent on many things. We are not at all self-sufficient. For each and everything we are depending. So we are depending on Krishna, we are depending on our friends, family, many people, our Guru Varga, so many other people also we are depending on. But Krishna is not like that. He is independent and he is self-sufficient. He has everything, and he is the most peaceful personality. Nobody can do anything. Even we cannot what to say, agitate Krishna, like in the sense how it is possible. You all of you would have heard that story when Bhrigu Muni, he went to Lord Vishnu and he was placing his, he actually stamped right on Lord Vishnu. How was the response from Lord Vishnu? Lord Vishnu said, oh Bhrigu Muni, your lotus-like feet would have got hurt because my chest is so hard like rock. So please, then he that was the response from the Supreme Lord. So he's most peaceful. He will not get agitated just like that. Not like us. How are we? For each and everything, small thing, we will get agitated. Isn't it? Very, very small thing, we will get agitated. Oh, why this guy, why this person is saying like this? Why it is like that? How dare he is speaking like this? Right? That is our condition. Krishna is not like that. Very peaceful in any situation. Even if you see in Kurukshetra war also, Arjuna was totally devastated, right? He was completely down. Uh, Before the war, he was completely down. Krishna is smiling. What Shishupala was, blaspheming Krishna. Again, Krishna is smiling, hearing everything. Very peaceful. Shantakaram bhujagasayanam patmanabam suresham vishwadharam gaganasadrisham meghavarnam shubhangam lakshmikantam kamalanayanam yogi hridyanagamyam vande Vishnu bhavabhayaharam sarvalokaikanadam. Right? In Vishnu Sahasranama. Shantakaram. He is very peaceful. What else? Here. Oh, ultimate truth, one without a second. You are realized as Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan, and therefore there is surveyor of all knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. So he is realized as Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. This is the three different realizations. I hope all of you know about it. I hope all of you know about it. That what is Brahman, what is Paramatma, what is Bhagavan realization. I will just give a brief. Just in one or two sentences for our understanding, just to recollect all of us. All of us can recollect it. So there are three kinds of realizations. One is Brahman realization, one is Paramatma realization, and Bhagavan realization. Brahman realization means basically the Brahmavadis. They consider Supreme Lord to be impersonal. They think that Krishna doesn't have a form. Okay, they think that the Brahma Jyoti is the ultimate absolute truth. Nothing beyond Brahma Jyoti. So Brahma Jyoti doesn't have a shape, doesn't have a form, isn't it? It's a Jyoti. It's a effulgence. So that is the Brahmavadi's conception. And Paramatmavadi, they understand that Krishna is there in the heart of each and every living entity, and he is there as atom. Even in atom, he is there as a Paramatma. The Paramatmavadis will understand up to that level. And what about Bhagavan realization? Bhagavan realization means the person will understand, the devotee will understand that the Brahman is also part of Krishna, Paramatma is also expansion of Krishna, and also that devotee will understand that Krishna has a form, he has a beautiful form, and he has an abode, and not only that, he will understand our position, what is our connection with Krishna, who are we, that we are the servants of Krishna, we are part and parcel of Krishna, and our constitutional position is to serve the Supreme Lord. So complete understanding that person will have. So those who are having Bhagavan realization will understand all the other aspects also. That is a complete realization. Others are Brahman realization is incomplete realization. Paramatma realization is also incomplete. Bhagavan realization is complete because we are understanding Krishna from all the angles. His Shad Aishwaryas we are understanding his form. All those things we accept. Brahmavadis, they don't accept Krishna is having a Shama Sundara form. They don't accept. Paramatmavadis always think that only Krishna is Paramatma, nothing more than that. But Bhagavan means he is there he is there as Paramatma, and Brahma Jyoti is also Krishna's effulgence, and Krishna has a separate abode, and he is there, he is blissfully enjoying with his devotees. That is the realization those who have understood Bhagavan realization. So the simple formula is that this is the realization of absolute truth. So absolute truth can be realized in three ways. That is what we should understand. Absolute truth means the complete, absolute truth means Krishna. Absolute truth can be understood in three ways as Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. So as a formula, we can say Brahmavadis, Brahman realization is nothing but they don't accept Krishna's external energies and they don't accept Krishna's internal energies. Antaranga Shakti and Bahiranga Shakti, they don't accept. That is why they say they always try to say that Krishna is so the absolute truth is not they don't have any spiritual understanding, and they don't even accept material world also. They say material world is false. It's mithya, jagat mithya. They says only Brahman is everything. So they don't have any understanding of Krishna's internal potency. Means the internal potency is antaranga shakti. Our the spiritual world and everything spiritual is whatever is in that transcendental platform is coming under the internal energy. And what is Krishna's external energy is bahiranga shakti. The material world is Krishna's external energy. So even the Brahmavadis doesn't accept that also. So basically, they don't accept Antaranga Shakti and Bahiranga Shakti. And what about Paramatma Vadis? Paramatma Vadis, they accept Krishna's external potencies, but not internal potencies. Why? Why external potencies? External potencies means this material world is Krishna's external energy, isn't it? And this Paramatma Vadis, they understand or they accept, they understand that Krishna is there as Paramatma, or that Vishnu's the Shirosai Vishnu Murti, they are accepting that 400 form. He's sitting in our heart, he's sitting in each and every atom. They accept. So that means so that that Vishnu tattvas, not sorry, this Purushavasaras are actually coming in the material realm, right? Purushavasaras are there in the material world, I mean in the material realm, to control and maintain the material world actually, isn't it? So Purushavasaras are not in the spiritual world, they are here actually, but they are transcendental, completely spiritual, but their role is to manage or maintain the material world. So these Paramatma Vadis they have this understanding, and they accept Purusha avatars on Kshira Sai Vishnu. That is their level of understanding. So we can say that they are accepting Krishna's external energy, but they are not thinking that Krishna has, they think that Krishna is here, but they are not thinking that Krishna has an abode which is in the spiritual world where he is enjoying with his parshads. That kind of understanding they don't have. So that means they don't have any understanding of the spiritual. They don't accept spiritual or andaranga energies, potencies of Krishna. So they accept only external. But at least they accept external potencies. What about Bhagavan? The devotees who are following Bhagavan realization, for them they accept spiritual Andaranga Shakti as well as Bahiranga Shakti. They know everything. They understand. They say that they accept the material world as Krishna's energy, and also the spiritual world as Krishna's internal potency. So that is the understanding. So this is the complete understanding. So you should not forget this. If you remember this formula, absolute truth for the Brahmavadis, like it is minus external potency and minus internal potencies, and for Paramatma Vadis, absolute truth is minus internal potencies plus external potencies, and for the Bhagavan realization, it is absolute truth is plus spiritual potency, or internal potency, and external potency. Both are plus, right? This is how we can remember. So in the purport we don't have again. So again we have we started late. We are starting very late. We would recommend, request all of you to start
Hare Krishna Prabhu, we can't hear you, Prabhu.
Maybe due to this internet problem, is disconnected.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Something happened in the connection. Can Padma Mataji, can you please make me host or co-host, please? You are the host now. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare
Prabhu, can I
Ram.
ask one doubt, Prabhu, till then?
Yeah, Mataji, you can make me host. Yes, meantime, doubt we can take it, Mataji, later or now?
Yeah, no problem, Prabhuji. Anytime you
Yeah.
help.
Padmavaji, are you able to do?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Thank you so much, Mataji. So, in this particular verse, Hare Krishna. Okay. So we have already discussed the meaning of the verse, the translation. In the purport, all of you, I would request all of you to read the purport later, because it's big purport, little big purport. So here, Srila Prabhupada is saying about, the Chadurvyuha. Here we can see in the prayer also, we can see that, respectful obeisances to Vasudeva, Pradyumna, Niruddha, Sankarshan. These are the Chadurvyuhas, right? So I hope all of you have seen the chart, Goloka chart, wherein we can see Lord Krishna, Swayam Rupa, he is expanding. His first expansion is Balaram. And Balaram, from the Balaram, there is four quadruples, or these four Chaturvyuha. Four expansions are there, which is Vasudeva, Aniruddha, Pratyumna, Sankarshan. And from that Sankarshan, that is the first Chaturvyuha, and that Sankarshan is Moola Sankarshan. And from the Moola Sankarshan, next expansion comes. From Moola Sankarshan, Narayan, Lord Narayan is coming, and from Narayan, again the second set of Chaturvyuha. From Narayan, again Vasudeva, Sankarshan, Aniruddha, Pratyumna, and this particular Sankarshana is Mahasankarshan. Okay, so first Sankarshan was Moola Sankarshan, second Sankarshan is Mahasankarshan. And from this Mahasankarshan, the next expansion comes, like the Purusha avatars are coming from Mahasankarshan. Okay, so this is what Srila Prabhupada says in the first paragraph, and we know that there are from three Purusha avatars: Karanodasai Vishnu, Garbhodasai Vishnu, and Kshirodasai Vishnu. And Kshirodasai Vishnu is present in our heart, or in each and every atom, as Paramatma, right? And he resides in Shvetadip. Shvetadip is in this material world, or we can say spiritual world which is present in the material world is Shvetadipa. And that in Shvetadipa, Lord Shiro Sai Vishnu resides. Okay, that is what we need to understand. And the second paragraph, Srila Prabhupada is saying about the Supreme Lord's that potency, that he is infallible, he is Achyuta. Achyuta means he doesn't fall like us conditioned soul. We are a conditioned soul, we are fallible, right? And Krishna is not like that, his form is not like that. And he is Advaita, he is non-different, he is having all the qualities. Advaita Machyuta Manadi Mananda Rupam, right? We have heard this in Brahma Samhita. For Krishna, there is no difference between his body and the soul. Not like us. For us, there is a difference, isn't it? The external body is made of Panchabhuta, which is completely different from the spiritual spark or the soul, isn't it? But for Krishna, his body is transcendental. So there is no difference between the body and the soul like that. Okay. And when we go back to spiritual world, we also will have a body like that. not like the gross body like here. Hmm? Yeah, so that is what Srila Prabhupada is saying. And yes, and you can also read this. Then very important point Srila Prabhupada here says that, the Lord's body is full of knowledge. I will share the screen. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Because the Lord's body is full of knowledge, he always enjoys transcendental bliss. So Anandamayo Vyasat. So Vedanta Sutra says that nature of the Lord is Anandamaya. He is always full of Ananda. That's what. He's always peaceful. He's always happy. He's completely Ananda. Even when there is nothing like, morose or nothing like what we are experiencing in this world. He's Atma Ramaya, means he is self-sufficient. Shantaya, he doesn't have any anxiety. Shanta, he doesn't have any anxiety. Hmm? But what about us? The karmis, jnanis, and yogis, they are having full of anxiety, right? All of us are having this problem. Anxiety, what will happen? Oh, if this is happening, what will be my future? Oh, how will I survive? So many anxieties we have. Every day we are facing that. But Krishna doesn't have any problem, anything like that. He's completely peaceful. Shantaya. Ananda, always he's blissful. Hmm? And yes, when we go back to Godhead also, definitely we will be also having this Ananda. Always we will be blissful with Krishna. That is because spiritual world is like that. Why Kunta? There is no Kunta there. There is no difficulties. There is no miseries in that particular world. It is completely spiritual, full of Ananda. So we all should strive to go to that place, not to be here like we have been here since many time immemorial. We are here. So if our life is full of anxieties, full of problems, so we have to get out of all these things. Hmm? Yeah, that's what we can understand from this verse. Number 20. Who will read? Who will recite? Yes, Divya Mataji. Atman, you can recite directly, Mataji, please. Are you there, Divya Mataji?
आत्मानन्दनु भूतव्य नास्य शक्ति उर्मय नमः ऋषिकेशाय महते नमस्ते नंतमूर्तय. Shall I read translation, Prabhuji?
You can, no problem.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Perceiving your personal bliss, you are always transcendental to the waves of material nature. Therefore, my Lord, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. You are the supreme controller of the senses, and your expansions of forms are unlimited. You are the greatest, and therefore I offer my respectful obeisances unto you.
Thank you, Mataji. So again, the prayer is continuing. So here, the Krishna is being glorified. You are always transcendental to the waves of material nature. So nothing is whatever we are facing here, or the three modes of material nature. That will never affect Krishna. He is completely transcendental. Right? And he is the supreme controller of all the senses. He is Rishikesh. Rishikesh means he is the controller of the senses. And he has his expansions are unlimited. So many forms he has. Right? Not only one form, two form. Unlimited expansions. So he is the greatest. He is the greatest. So here in the prayer it says, therefore I offer my respectful obeisances. Yeah. So Srila Prabhupada here in the purport, this beautiful purport, he says that this verse analytically differentiates the living entity from the Supreme Lord. The form of the Lord and the form of conditioned soul are different, because Lord is always blissful, whereas the conditioned soul is always under the threefold miseries of the material world. What are the threefold miseries? Adi Daivika, Adi Bhautika, Adhyatmika Klesh, right? And Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, again, that is additional. So we are having all these miseries. But Krishna is not like that. He is always blissful. Shachit Ananda Vigraha. Ananda, that Ananda, he is always blissful. Lord's body is transcendental, spiritual, but because conditioned soul has a material body, he has many bodily and mental troubles, right? We accept that we have having so many problems. Physical problem, body is getting diseases, and mentally we are having so many tensions, so many stresses, right? We are facing a lot of problems. But Krishna is not having any such problems or any such things. So Lord is a supreme master of all senses, and yeah, and conditions all is controlled by the senses. We all are controlled by the senses actually, right? That is why we are, we are running behind the sense gratification. Why we are running behind sense gratification? Because we are not controlling the senses. Senses are actually controlling us. We have become Godas. No, not Goswami. Goswami means one who can control the senses. But what is Godas? Godas means who is the servant of the senses. So we are actually like that. Otherwise, we will not be sitting here in this material world. We are actually, we were running behind these senses, running behind to satisfy or gratify our senses. And that is keeping us in this material world. The expansions of Supreme Lord's body are innumerable. Advaita Machuda Manandi Vananda Rupam from Brahma Samhita. But condition soul is limited to one form. We have only one form. Yeah, so that's what. From the history, we learned that condition soul by mystic power can sometimes expand to 8 forms, but the Lord's bodily expansions are unlimited. So there is something called mystic power. Right? Mystic power is material. So if it's not something related to spiritual potency. Actually, yeah, by getting that Ashta Siddhis and all, we can expand into 8 similar forms. Some of the great Munis can do that actually. But that is like, 8 identical forms. That is the maximum a mystic yogi can do. But Lord is not like that. He can have unlimited expansions and different, not exact carbon copy also. He can be the expansions can be anything. They can do multiple things at the same time. And yes, Krishna's potency is unlimited. So we can never compare us with Krishna. So he is such a great personality. So again, these prayers are actually emphasizing the superiority of Lord Krishna, emphasizing, and this we are glorifying Krishna, saying that you are the greatest of all the greatest. You are the Sarva Karana Karanam. You are the cause of all causes, O Krishna. Right? Number 21, Saras Mataji, please go ahead. You can recite.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranams.
Hare
Vachis uparate aprapya yayeko manasa saha anama rupaschin matraha yo avyannaha sat asarparaha.
Translation.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Shri Prabhupada. The words and minds of the conditioned soul cannot approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead, for material names and forms are not applicable to the Lord, who is entirely spiritual, beyond the conception of gross and subtle forms. The impersonal Brahman is another of his forms. May he by his pleasure protect us. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. So the words and mind of conditioned soul cannot approach the Supreme Lord, Supreme Personality of Godhead, for material names and forms are not applicable to the Lord. So Krishna's body, Krishna's names, everything is transcendental, right? There is no difference between Krishna's body, Krishna's names, Krishna's paraphernalia, because all are spiritual, right? Yeah, so, but in our case, it is not like that. And our mind, our senses are contaminated, it's material. And with actually, we cannot approach with this, senses or, this material conditioning to the Supreme Lord. It's not easy. But by the blessings of Krishna, by the blessings of spiritual master, by the blessings of sadhus, the Gurujan, we can approach. Because what we are doing, we are following their footsteps. We are following their instructions, and when we follow their instructions, then we can approach the Supreme Lord through our present condition, or our present senses. But even though that is material senses, but we are able to do that. Otherwise, actually not possible. So that blessing is required actually. That mercy is required from all the sides, from spiritual masters, from from Krishna also. Yeah. So that is the point. Yeah. The impersonal Brahman is another form of Krishna. We have already discussed about impersonal Brahman, that Brahma Jyoti, the effulgence which is actually coming from the body of the Lord only. Yeah. So the impersonal Brahman, which is the effulgence of the Lord, is described in the verse. So okay, we have already discussed this. Yes, now Kishori Mataji, you can recite 22.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, धन्यवाद प्रणाम. थैंक यू. श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय. यस्मिन्निदं यत चैतं तिष्ठत्यप्येति जायते मृण्यं यशिव मृज्जातिस्तस्मै ते ब्रह्मणे नमः. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. As spots made completely of earth are situated on earth after being created and are transformed into earth again when broken, this cosmic manifestation is caused by the Supreme Brahman, situated in the Supreme Brahman and annihilated in the same Supreme Brahman. Therefore, since the Supreme Lord is the cause of Brahman, let us offer him our respectful obeisances. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Lord, see, the example is given here. Pots, the earthen pots, they are completely made of earth, right? And after it is being destroyed, broken, what happens? It will again transform into earth, right? Similarly, this cosmic manifestation is caused by the Supreme Lord, and it is situated in the Supreme Lord. By him, it is in Supreme Brahman means it is controlled by Supreme Lord. And annihilation also happens. So everything is under the control of the Supreme Lord. So he is the cause of cosmic manifestation. He is maintaining the creation, and after annihilation, he is the reservoir of everything. Means everything is going back to him. Everything goes back to him. And in the next creation, everything will be manifested again, like that. So he is the complete controller of everything. So this is what this prayer says. Okay. Yeah. Last verse for today. Who will recite? Yes.
Shall I, Prabhuji?
Yeah. Yes, please.
Yenna sprishanti na viddhi mano buddhi vriyasavaha antarbahishta vitta vitatam vyomavattannatosmin aham. Translation by Prabhupada ki jai. The Supreme Brahman emanates from the Supreme Personality of Godhead and expands like the sky. Although untouched by anything material, it exists within and without. Nonetheless, the mind, intelligence, senses, and living force can neither touch him nor know him. I offer unto him my respectful obeisances. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam. Thank you. Yeah, the Supreme Brahman emanates from the Supreme Lord. Supreme Brahman is the spiritual effulgence which is coming from the Supreme Lord, the Brahma Jyoti. It is emanating from the Supreme Personality of the Godhead, and it is expanding. It is there everywhere. Actually, that Brahma Jyoti, that Jyoti is actually prevailing in the entire spiritual world. Also, and because of that Brahma Jyoti, our sun is getting light. And because of that Brahma Jyoti, all the luminaries are getting, getting the light. So the source of this effulgence is the Brahma Jyoti. It's actually part of Krishna only. So it is that effulgence is coming from the body of Krishna. It illuminates the entire spiritual world. Although untouched by anything material, it exists within and without. So we can see the Supreme Lord is he comes in the material world sometimes, and the material world is his external energy also. So he is part of the, he is actually his energy, material world or this material Bahiranga Shakti is Krishna's energy only. But he, at the same time, he is not in touch with that. Because why without means he is not being affected by this material conditioning or the modes of material nature. No, but even though those things are coming from him, but he is not being affected by these things. So that is, he is within and without. Hmm? That only spiritual supreme personality of Godhead can, only Krishna can have this quality. Nobody else can have, right? How we can do like that? How we can be inside and outside? It's not possible. But Krishna can. Krishna can be inside as Paramatma. At the same time, he can be in Goloka Vrindavana and enjoy with his, with his devotees. At same time, simultaneously happening, and not only in one universe, thousands and crores of universes in the material world, and not only in the material world, in the spiritual world. If you see, there are unlimited spiritual planets. Krishna is there everywhere in different forms, different expansions are there. So unlimitedly, simultaneously, many things are happening. So this is possible only for the Supreme Lord. Hmm? The mind, intelligence, senses and living force can neither touch him nor know him. That our mind, intelligence, senses are all material, like, right? So it is difficult for us to approach Krishna, who is completely transcendental, but it is possible, and we will see that in the later verses. But it is possible, as we already discussed, that how we can approach, we should approach through the superior devotees, or through our Guru Varga, through our spiritual master. Spiritual master will empower us. Then we can follow by following their footsteps, we can slowly go towards Krishna. Otherwise, not possible. Otherwise, with our material senses, it is difficult. It is not possible. How it is possible? Because we have so much ego, so many things are there, so many contaminations we have, right? So with that contamination, with these anarthas, we cannot approach Krishna. So we have to go through the line of disciple succession. We should surrender to our spiritual master, and he will connect us to Krishna. That is the method. Okay? Yes, all right, dear devotees, thank you so much for your patient listening. And so up to 23 we have covered today. Tomorrow the remaining verses will be taken by the next speaker. All right, thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Somebody had some question, you can ask now.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I had the doubt, Prabhu. When you are discussing about Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan, Brahman realized persons, do they think the material, how do they think the material world is created, Prabhu?
No, they don't accept that also. They say that this material world is mithya, is false. They don't accept. They think that everything is, nothing is there. They say this is not acceptable, that is not acceptable. Only this Brahma Jyoti they are accepting, nothing more than that. So that is why Jagat Mithya is being said. Jagat Mithya means the material world is false, they say. But it is not false actually. Material world is not false. Can we say that we are just sitting somewhere and this is not real? We are in completely in illusion. No, this is there. Material world is there. It is existing. It is not mithya. It is not false. It is real only, but it is temporary. That is the difference. It is temporary, but not false. But this, so this Brahmavadis, they don't completely accept this. They says that only the Brahma Jyoti is everything. Whatever we are seeing here is all false. That is why they don't accept the Krishna's internal potencies and external potencies.
So do they think, like the non-devotees, the material world came by Big Bang theory like that, Prabhu, or that also they don't accept?
Big Bang theory and all, I'm not sure, Mataji, whether they follow that. Big Bang Theory all came recently by some scientists, right? But
Yes.
these Brahmavadis and all were from time immemorial. This because they are not ordinary people. We should not consider them to be like atheist or somebody whom we are seeing in this world who doesn't
They are
accept
transcendent.
any because they are all transcendentalists. So,
Yes.
so we have to respect Brahmavadis, Paramatmavadis also. Why? Because they are not ordinary people. They are transcendentalists. They understand there is some supreme power, supreme energy is there.
Okay.
They are accepting that. But
Oh.
the people around here are not at all accepting, right? They think that we are something. We are everything. Krishna, there is no Krishna. There is no rebirth. We can do whatever we want. Eh? So that is completely different. So these the Brahmavadis and Paramatmavadis, we should respect them because they are coming in transcendental platform.
Okay.
But their understanding is not complete. That is the only thing. We should accept them as transcendentalists, no doubt about it. Okay, we should never think that they are bad. But Mayavadis, we oftentimes Srila Prabhupada also says we should not follow Mayavadis. Mayavadis have a different conception. They say that Krishna is a product of Maya.
Yes.
They say that Krishna is being overruled by Maya, not the other way. And they don't at all agree Krishna's form also. Form, okay, even the impersonalists don't accept. But but they do not say that Krishna is a product of Maya or nothing like that. Their only focus is Brahma Jyoti. But here they blaspheme Krishna, saying that he is a product of Maya, which is a totally blasphemy to Krishna, right? We cannot.
Yes.
So that is why Srila Prabhupada always says that Maya, even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also says we should stay away from Mayavadis. And they say that there is no difference between Krishna and me, Krishna and you. You are Narayana, Krishna is everybody is same. So they consider themselves to be God also. So that is not acceptable. That is why they are being, Srila Prabhupada oftentimes ask us to stay away from those.
Yes.
But
Understood.
Brahmavadis are transcendentalists. We should respect them. Okay?
Yes. Yes.
Clear?
Prabhu, Paramatma realized persons, do they think that the world is created by Paramatma, Prabhu?
Paramatma realized devotees, they can understand, they accept that Krishna is, present as Paramatma in their heart. But apart from that, the service mentality, service attitude, they don't have. Like the Bhagavan realized people have. Bhagavan realization is a complete realization wherein they understand that Krishna has there is an abode for Krishna, we are all part and parcel, and our constitutional position is to serve Krishna, and that service attitude is there for Bhagavan realized devotees. But Paramatma realized devotees, they understand that yes, Krishna is there present in the heart, but that service is not there, Mataji. So that is why there it is incomplete.
Yes.
Right?
Little bit still confused, Prabhu.
Huh?
Like they meditate on Paramatma, but what do they think about what Paramatma does, Prabhu?
They are meditating upon that Paramatma form. Actually, they are seeing that 400 form. They are meditating on that.
They think he's the supreme and he has
Yes.
given us everything.
Yeah.
He's
They
the
are
cause for all
that is the, yeah. They think that is ultimate. Nothing beyond that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like we think he has created everything like that. We think, no, Prabhu. Do they also
Yeah.
think like that?
Yeah, that's what Mataji, you're right. Their thinking is that yes, Krishna, that Supreme Lord is there. That is everything. So beyond that, we are part and parcel of Krishna, and our constitutional position is to serve the Supreme Lord, and Krishna has an abode, and Paramatma is an expansion of Krishna. This understanding they don't have much.
Okay. Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Dandavat.
Yeah. Dandavat Pranam. Paramatma is a plenary expansion of Krishna. Right?
Yes.
It's an expansion of Krishna actually. Krishna is there in the spiritual world, but this is expansion. Yeah,
Yes.
that is the difference. Okay?
And Prabhu, it's given clearly that our words and mind cannot reach the Lord. And you said only through Guru it can reach, no, Prabhu. So whatever we are praying now and doing sadhana, will it reach or not reach, Prabhu?
Of course it will reach. Of course it will reach. What? See, this is generally, saying not. See, why this? Why it is mentioned here? Because some people say that I want to see Krishna. Without seeing him, I cannot believe that there is Krishna or God is there. For such people, never they can approach Krishna with these senses. That is what is being said. But those who are surrendered, understood Krishna, understood that He is the Supreme Lord, and understood that we are the part and parcels, and we have accepted a bona fide Guru. For those surrendered souls, we can approach through our senses. Our senses will be purified, and
Yes.
we will be able to approach Krishna like that. Otherwise, for the normal people who doesn't care about this or doesn't give any importance for the spirituality, for them it is never possible. That is what
Okay.
is meant here. Okay.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Hari.
Okay.
Hare Krishna. Dandavat.
Dandavat pranam. Thank you, Mataji. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Prabhuji. A
Yes.
small doubt, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, what Mataji has asked that question. For continuation, my question is, we have no Shiksha Guru or Diksha Guru, all those things. Just by the companion of ISKCON, we have joined ISKCON for somewhere in 2019. So from from 2019, regularly, as in regulated principles we are following, then we are chanting and then hearing Bhagavatam classes, Bhagavad Gita classes, everything we were doing. Whether this is correct or not. If so, is there any via media to take the help, or to whom we have to contact, and in which way we have to continue further?
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji,
Hare Krishna.
yes, you are now connected to the Hare Krishna movement. So
Yes, Prabhuji.
what you can do, like from a few years you are here, attending the classes, reading Srila Prabhupada books. So already you are in connection with Srila Prabhupada,
I
because
do agree.
you are connected, you are reading his books, you are studying his books, means you are always in connection with Srila Prabhupada. So that means you are in this line. Okay. So now
Okay.
next step for you is that if you are interested, you can approach any local ISKCON centers or temples in your locality, and through them you try to get involved, and if possible, we have to try for initiation diksha from a bona fide guru.
Yes,
So
I have contacted in Sheshadripuram, Bangalore also.
very good.
Yes, I am processing is going on. Just this is the time for me to get clarification at your end. That's why I have asked the fact.
Yeah. So that is the right way.
Actually, actually, in 2019, whereas in Corona time, I got the link of Tamil Nadu, Chennai.
Mm.
One Amarendra Gaura Das Prabhuji,
Yes.
and then Sukirti Madhavi.
Yes.
They have educated me right in the initiative, in the I have heard all the Bhagavad Gita classes from them. And later on, I have joined this ICF group also. Even now, I am with contact with the Chennai. They
Yes.
were taking care.
Very
So,
good.
very first instance, they have asked me, "Are you accept Krishna as the Supreme Lord?" If you say yes, then you can proceed. Yes,
Yeah.
I have accepted. Yes, you right from somewhere in 90s only. I am focused on this Krishna. I am always praying Krishna. I used to study Bhagavad Gita right from 90s. So anyhow, for further growth, the ISKCON has shown me path. I am grateful to this
Srila
movement.
Prabhupada. You have to be grateful to
Definitely,
Srila Prabhupada and all
definitely,
our
definitely.
acharyas.
Yes, bro. Yes, I do agree, and I am following them. Especially, particularly, what you are giving the directions. And this is all the nothing but Vedas for us. Definitely, we were hearing and we were thinking of that. I am grateful to all the senior devotees. What you are giving the message to us. I am grateful to you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So thank you, Prabhuji. So please, you are in the right track. So please follow up, and by Krishna's mercy, by Guru's mercy, you will be connected to the parampara. So that's the thing. Okay, Hari Bol. Thank you, Prabhu. Anybody else
Hare
have?
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. If no more questions, we can end the class.
One question, do you have the time, Prabhu?
Yeah.
Prabhu, in the teachings of Lord Kapila by Srila Prabhupada, I read that super soul is present in soul also, Prabhu. I didn't understand that sentence.
Yes. It is correct only, Mataji. Actually, super soul means this Paramatma, right?
Yes.
He is inside, he is outside, he is between atoms, inside the atom, even inside the inside the soul also.
Yes, Prabhu, like that I read.
It is correct. This is as per the Shad Sandarbhas of Srila Jiva Goswami. It is mentioned like that very clearly. But in the Upanishad we can say the super soul is sitting next to the soul and witnessing it. That is correct only. That is not
Yes.
that is not incorrect. That is correct. But also the point is that, Mataji, there is no place where the super soul is not present. He is present in each and every atom, means he is even present in the spirit soul also.
Oh.
That is the logic.
So it's
Everywhere
really
he is
there.
there. Everywhere Krishna is there. He is pervading. That is the point.
That, like, we have to understand that.
Right.
Okay. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Thank you.
Thank
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
So I have heard plenary expansion a lot of times, but I'm not clear about what it means. Plenary expansion. Can you please expand on that? I'm not clear. I've heard it many times. I've read about it many times. But what does it actually mean?
Plenary expansion means Krishna's expansions, not first expansion. Like we have said, from him Balarama comes. Balarama, then again for Kotrapal's Chaturvyuha, then Lord Narayan comes, then again for Chaturvyuha, then only the Purusha Avataras coming. So plenary portions means is actually, expansions of the expansions of the expansions, like that. That is the meaning. Not even direct expansion. So direct expansion is our Balaram. So after many expansions, these Purusha avatars are coming. So that is the being meant as plenary or amsha, or in a kala, like that in Sanskrit it says amsha avatar, kala avatar, like that. That is the meaning of that, Mataji. Okay?
Right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you, dear devotees.
Hare
If
Krishna,
you
Prabhuji. Dandavata Pranam. Thank you.
Dandot Pranam,
Hare
thank you so
Krishna,
much.
Hare
So Krishna willing, we will meet next time. Okay. So let us chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and do Vaishnava Pranam. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhu vyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Jagat Guru Srila
Guru Shri
Prabhupada ki
Prabhupada ki
jai.
jai.
Jagat
Guru
ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की
Bhagavatam
जाय,
ki jai.
इस्कॉन गुरु वृंद की जाय,
Jai.
समवेद गौर भक्त वृंद की जाय, निताय
Jai.
गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल. हरे कृष्णा.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Okay.